Hello. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey.
It's the podcast.
What's
It's
up?
directly to you. It's episode 236. I'm AJ. I'm from Redirect. I'm joined by Parker. He's also from Redirect. And this
true.
time, we're going to remember to do the housekeeping, but not right now. We're going to jump straight
That's
into the topic. And the topic is Mario characters. Do they even have any?
Well said. I'm very well said. Yeah. Okay. So a little bit of preamble before we get into the meat of it is just that, like, the Mario movie's coming out. We got a trailer for it today for us. A couple of days ago. By the time you're listening to this, unless you're in the chat, which you can do that. Blah blah blah. We'll talk about that later. And some, just interesting conversations are going on about Mario characters. And again, whether they have any. Yeah. Whether Mario characters have had any personality in the past. According to the directors of the movie and stuff, they haven't. And, that, or at least have had minimal personality, kind of blank slates that now they can use the movie to kind of flesh out their personality in certain ways. So here's a quote to go off of. This is Michael Jelenic, one of the directors of the movie, who said, "Sometimes in the animation community, people think that you can't use celebrities, but I think it's easy to forget that these are great performers and have all proven themselves multiple times and created iconic characters. We cast them in the parts because we believed they could bring these video game characters who really don't have much of a personality to life and make them relatable and funny and heroic. Literally every single person in this movie is great." AJ, what's your takeaway?
I think he's capping. Not literally everyone in the movie is great. We've been hearing Chris Pratt for the last year or so. And
Sure.
it's still, like, I mean, the Wahoo's moderately better. Still not good. But really, that's the most effort I've seen from his Mario to date. Is literally just that one Wahoo. And it's like, everything else is like, I'm Chris Pratt, and I'm here. You got a cameo from me.
Like, he talked in the direct today a little bit, and then also I watched those four. So Jack Black, Chris Pratt. Oh no, it's a different four. But Jack Black, Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, and Keegan-Michael Key were on Kelly Clarkson. And
Yeah,
so I watched
I
a
saw
little
that.
bit of their time on there. Yeah, and like, I don't know. He definitely seems just the most like awkward out of the bunch. It's still the whole like, isn't Mario great kind of a thing. It's like, you've never even
Mario,
heard of Mario, have you?
sure
Like,
is
not
a
literally,
video
but-
game character. He does things in a video game. That is 100% for certain.
Yeah.
He jumps, I think. Like, that's the vibe that I get from him every time he's on the screen.
Weehoo, weehaw, something like that.
He like eats marshmallows or something along those lines.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, as far as like whether the peoples are doing a good job, I mean, we'll see how. I think best thing I could say about Chris Pratt is like, hopefully at least it turns out to be like a everyman kind of situation. But TBD on that. But as far as the part on, do the characters in the game context have personality, much personality, that kind of thing? What are your thoughts on that?
It's a spectrum. Like, some of them, yes. Like Mario, no. I would say no. But like Luigi, like, how can you like say with a straight face that Luigi in the year of our Lord 2023 doesn't have character? That's insane to me.
Yep. Especially after like Luigi's Mansion 3, and I mean even before that,
Luigi's Mansion 1. Yeah.
But like more and more, like that's become more developed for sure, and just Mario's hasn't, and there's other characters that haven't. But I think by and large, I tend to agree that they don't have much of a personality. As video game characters, sure, just because what it takes to have a personality for a video game character isn't much. So, by video game standards, again, to varying degrees, but maybe. But as far as like just characters that like, understands like their wants and desires and intricacies or whatever. Like mostly not, but some do. So yeah.
It's true. And that's why we want to do a tier list, and we're going to rank them from the character that has the most personality to the character that has the least. I pressed the wrong button, but here's the right button. Your screen isn't on the screen. There it is.
Perfect.
All right. So I think we should label these tiers.
Okay. Yep.
I think like the top tier should be like I feel like I know him or something, or them. Mm-hmm. I feel like I know them.
Like I know them.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube or live, as you can do, if you are a Patreon member, then you can see it on your screen. But if you're just listening, we'll try to be descriptive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like I know them.
The second tier could be like,
I've got an idea.
Yeah. I've got an idea. And then C is like, it's there, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then
like a barely kind of thing.
Yeah, barely, something along those lines.
There's some better words we can come up with for that.
Head empty.
Is that for this one?
Yeah. And then
head empty.
The bottom one is like the mannequin or something.
Perfect. I'm gonna put mannequin / T-pose.
Yeah. T-pose. I think T-pose is better. Just commit to T-pose.
Cool. T-pose. Yeah. We love it. Okay, cool. So you found a tier list with all these characters already in here. So there's a bunch of them. So we'll go through, and yeah, I'm curious how this will go. So yeah, let's just jump straight in. I'm going just from top left, just down the list. So no particular order besides what's on screen right now. So first up, Rosalina.
I feel
like.
Go for it. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't know if top tier, but like
definitely not top tier. Yeah, I would say like second highest, but like probably lower on the second highest.
Sure. Yeah. Like I
think Rosalina, like at least for now, like we can move her up, but I think she goes on the tier below this, because I would put Bowser second highest here, and then I would put Bowser Jr. highest.
Oh, yeah. I could definitely see that. Yeah, because like Bowser, I feel like he's simple, but pretty robust in his simplicity or whatever. Like I feel like we know his full character, like everything there is to know, but he's kind of like a George or Lenny from A Mice and Men kind of thing in some ways, except for evil, I guess.
Exactly.
But yeah, Bowser Jr., yeah, for sure. He's got personality. Donkey Kong, I mean, high for sure, but I don't know if all the way.
Yeah, I think Donkey Kong probably belongs in the Bowser tier, but like lower than Bowser.
Yeah, agreed. Same. Diddy Kong.
I'd put Diddy Kong in like the Rosalina tier under Rosalina.
Yeah, agreed. Because like I feel like there's a lot to discover there, but just not a lot that is already there that we know of. King Boo. No.
Yeah.
Like I think he's more interesting than a Boo, but like
put him in the tier under Rosalina and Diddy Kong.
I mean, then again, there might, for what it's worth, I haven't played any Paper Mario games, for example, outside of Origami King. So there's probably some of these characters that like in some of those games are like
but I think
Mario
this should be
Luigi.
like a compressed version of as much of that as possible. Like, because if we're basing it on that, then all of these characters go up higher. But I don't think it's really fair in the other direction to do that,
right?
Because most people have not like been exposed to that version of these characters.
Yep. Petey Piranha, I'd say same as King Boo.
Yeah,
probably.
Yep.
King Bob-omb, probably same thing. Birdo, who's recently added to Mario Kart.
It's true. I put Birdo like low in the Diddy Kong Rosalina tier.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Koopa. Man, this was hard because, like,
He dances.
I love a Koopa. He's so cute, you know? But I'd almost want to put him in the Rosalina tier super low.
I feel that.
I don't know.
Okay, low key, I put him higher than Birdo.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Mario.
I feel like, again, there's simplicity there. Yep.
Yeah. Mario, he probably goes
lower than Bowser, I think.
Yeah. I think he goes under Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Honestly, agreed. Just because, like, yeah, I mean, this is the best example of one that doesn't really have, like, nearly as much of a personality as it feels like he probably should. And so, yeah, maybe. I mean, I am curious, like, to what degree is the movie going to shape that or not? You know, as in for the movie, for sure, but for Mario as a character in canon moving forward, I wonder what that looks like or does or something. Also, the screen's doing a weird little zoomy thing.
Oh, that's. Is it?
It was, but it stopped.
Oh, then that's probably.
But that also might only be on this thing as opposed to like in, I don't know. All right, carrying on. Shy Guy.
Shy Guy, I put him in the Bowser Jr. tier low key.
Interesting.
I think Shy Guy,
I don't
like, maybe high on the Bowser tier, but I think Shy Guy's personality is pretty, like, fleshed out. Like, you know what Shy Guy's, like, gonna do, his, like, demeanor. His name is his personality.
Yeah.
He's pretty descriptive,
That's funny.
I think.
I'd put him like around just under Bowser then, personally. Because I think I would typically put him probably more like in Rosalina, but I see what you're saying. So like I could for sure do somewhere around there. Kamek. I feel like Kamek actually is like pretty strong, like probably Bowser Jr. level.
Yeah. I agree.
Goombas.
Goombas, I'd put in like the second to lowest, if not lowest.
Yeah, honest, same. Like, because it's similar to Koopas in some ways, but just doesn't somehow have the same personality. You know, I don't know. He doesn't dance, I guess.
It's true. I mean, he kind of does.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. He like bounces a bit. Oh, this is Spike. I'm pretty sure that's
second to lowest. Right above Goomba.
Honestly, the fact that I don't remember his name isn't boding well.
His name is Spike. It's definitely Spike. Okay. His name is Spike.
Cool. So yeah, there you go.
Pauline. I mean, with every other game, she's basically a different character. But I think they did like a decent job of fleshing her out enough to at least be on, like, in the Bowser tier.
Yeah, I agree. I'd put her over Bowser probably, just for specifically Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
but yeah, somewhere around there. Cappy, honestly, I'd put him like right up top.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him over Bowser Jr.
I don't know if
I'll put him over Kamek
because it's just one game.
Yeah. Dry Bowser's bottom.
Very, yeah. I mean, we're going to start getting into some characters that are just Mario Kart characters, which I'm pretty sure Drive. Oh, interesting tidbit that I didn't realize until recently. The reason Rosalina is like 7.5 feet tall or whatever is because before Mario Galaxy came out, before Mario Galaxy came out, they were planning stuff for Mario Kart, and so the person in charge of Mario Kart and the whole roster and stuff like that knew that Rosalina was going to be a character in Mario Galaxy, so then obviously also in Mario Kart, and they wanted a female character
that's like in the heavy class
to be a heavy. Yeah, exactly. So they're like, all right, we'll just make her really tall. So
fair enough.
That's why that happened apparently.
Luma's
Luma.
I mean, it depends on the Luma. There's Lumas that have a lot of personality.
True. Do they have any in this list that are okay? No, there's no like named ones in here.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some in Mario Galaxy that are like full-on characters.
I'd
I'd say mid-tier
yeah,
for that reason alone.
yeah, I'm down with that.
Bloopers.
Bloopers are
Bottom?
yeah. I put Lackey 2 in
Lakitu.
Lackey 2 in like the second tier, maybe.
Yeah, agreed.
Like over Donkey Kong. Maybe over
Interesting.
Mario.
Yeah. Man, that's really funny to think. I mean, I'm not arguing though either, but just that like Lakitu, the guy who holds a camera and sometimes throws spikes at you, has more personality than Mario, but like I think kind of so.
Yeah, he's like
Luigi.
more expressive, and like you can get a better idea of like his vibe than Mario, who is kind of just like there.
Yep.
Luigi's top tier. He's on top
Oh,
about
100%.
like he's yeah.
Get up there, do it. There you go. Yeah. I will say, in retrospect, thinking more about it, Mario Odyssey definitely gave Mario more personality than he's ever had before. Like, even just him being cold into Serena, like that kind of stuff feels like, yeah, that's something. But I'm not going to contest any of that for now. So, Dry Bones, second lowest,
Yeah,
maybe?
I put him over Spike. I put him over King Bomb. I put him. He's top of this tier.
Cool. Works for me. Piranha Plant.
Are we counting Smash Brothers?
That's what I was gonna say. If we're counting Smash, it's super different.
Yeah, if we're counting Smash, I
man.
put him in like over Koopa. But if we're not counting Smash, I put him like right above Spike.
Yeah. I feel like we can't count Smash for this. I don't know.
All right, we could put him right above Spike.
Cool. But yeah, otherwise you're totally right. Okay, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, straight to the bottom.
Yeah,
IMO.
That's
I
facts.
mean, for what it's worth, like they cry. That's a thing that they
do
do,
cry.
which is like more than okay. They'll
Yeah,
be at the
yeah,
top of this.
yep. I mean, it's more
at the
than
top of the bottom
Goombas do too.
Yeah, true.
So maybe we move Goombas down the bottom tier.
Maybe so. Here we go.
Yeah,
There you go.
there we
Yeah,
go.
because Goombas, that is the whole Goomba face. Mm-hmm. Like there's never any. Whereas like again, Koopas are expressive. There's like Koopa the Quick too, and all that stuff. So that stuff. Baby Peach.
Same.
Also
Yeah.
down here.
This is more than Mario. It's funny.
Yeah. I don't know.
I put Wigglers like where Piranha Plans are, like right under Piranha Plan.
Yep. Yep. So second lowest tier, Head Empty.
Yep.
Hammer Bros.
Hammer Bros. I put
Honestly-
in the like Rosalina tier.
Yeah, same. I'd put honestly maybe more than Koopas.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Just a little bit.
All right, now
They're fun.
these,
Oh
yeah,
no.
yep.
We've got all of okay, so this is
I think
all
there's
of
these are the
Bowser's
Koopalings.
kids.
Yeah,
The Koopalings.
I definitely think that there are levels to the Koopalings in their personality.
Agreed.
Like Larry,
Yep.
low key, Larry is like bottom of top tier. Or not?
Interesting.
Yeah. Larry's the freaking like googly eyed one, right?
This one?
The
Oh, no,
second one.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
I
that's
never
the-
remember which names are which besides like Roy and okay, who do we remember? Iggy, I think? No. This one's Iggy.
Yeah, that one's
I think
Iggy. The
first one.
second one's Larry. The third one's
Roy,
Morton
I
or
think.
Roy. It's Roy. It's Roy.
I think
Roy.
Morton's this one down
yeah,
towards
that
the
one's
bottom.
Morton, and then that one with the blue hair is Ludwig or Ludwig,
Ludwig, that's right.
and then the girl's
And then-
Wendy.
Wendy. Oh wait, hang on. No, she's not Wendy because she's Wendy down here.
No, that is Wendy, right next to.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yes, you're so right. I'm sorry. She comes out of pipes and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know how to tackle this.
I'd put friggin' Larry at the bottom of top tier.
Bottom of like the toppest tier.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a silly, goofy guy.
I'm doing this because I trust you.
He's a silly, goofy guy. He
He's a
he
silly
has the whole freaking like cartoon, like freaking what's his name in Wild Thornberries. He's like Donnie. He got Donnie vibes.
Donnie.
Yeah. He got those kind of vibes.
I always thought it was fun that there was a monkey that was really smart and a human that was really crazy. And that always just tickled me when I was a kid.
The rest of them, low key, I put in the like bottom of the second tier, maybe like third tier, like towards the middle.
Yeah,
Wendy. I put Wendy in the yeah. I put Wendy in the second one.
Wendy up there, second tier. All the other ones to me kind of lumped together, I'd say.
Yeah. Yep.
So
like they definitely have a personality, but I feel like their personality is closer to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in no particular order, just they're there. What are these guys even called?
The Cactus, the Pokies.
I think it's Pokey, I want to say.
Pokies, I put them in like the tier with the Wiggler. I put them.
Same.
Yeah. Peach.
Something like that. Peach.
I put Peach.
She's got some personality.
Yeah, I put Peach.
Sure.
Like, I don't know if I put her up there.
Oh,
I'd put her like with Pauline, low key. I'd put her like, yeah.
So the only thing is that she of the like,
unless we're counting
if there's any
Super Princess
lines,
Peach.
I mean, maybe. But I mean, even just in the context of like, take Mario 64, like she says some things in there, and like in
but in that game, she's like pretty flat. Like I think the only games that they like give her any personality. Yeah, I think the only games that they really give her any personality, besides "I'm scared, please save me," is Mario Odyssey and the Super Princess Peach, which is problematic, and what was the other game I was about to... Oh, the sports games. The sports games. She's like...
Oh, and Mars said Sunshine,
sassy.
too.
Yeah. So yeah, I would put her there. Because I think that there is...
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad. Because she and Pauline... The most character she ever has, I think, is in Odyssey. And she has about as much as Pauline, I'd say. More. A little bit more.
Yeah.
So...
Yep.
Yeah. Not mad about that. There it is, yeah. Man. Next up, Pianta's... pretty good.
I put them with the Lumas.
Yeah, I could do that. I'd put it above Birdo personally.
I'd move Luma above Birdo then. I think they're a similar situation.
I think Birdo's going down under the Koopalings too.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah. Wait, did we find out Birdo's a boy?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no idea.
I couldn't tell you. Oh well.
I'll call them they.
Birdo, they.
Until I know.
They're down there. That works for me. Okay, next up.
Chain Chomp.
Bow Wow's Chain Chomps.
The Bow Wow is a Chain Chomp.
The name from
that's his name. He's Bow Wow the Chain Chomp.
Yeah. So yeah, Chain Chomps.
I'd put Chain Chomp in like
somewhere around here.
Yeah.
So like under King Bob-omb, and so head empty, second lowest tier.
Yes,
I'm remembering that I need to start saying words for
audio.
So sorry, guys. Okay, Mars said, I think the lore is that Birdo was referred to as a boy in Mario 2, but has since been called a girl.
Yeah, so I'm rocking with that.
Yep, works for me.
I forgot his
Old
name.
Man Toad from Super Mario
Toad.
Sunshine. Me too. What
does he have a name?
Toad. I think he
it's
does.
like Toad.
Yeah,
like Toadington or Toadsworth. Yeah. I put him in
Mars got it.
Yeah, I put him in the like Rosalina tier.
Yeah. I'd say there you go. With Pianta's Lumas, maybe a little higher than Pianta. No, actually.
Nah, I put him under Pianta.
I feel like Pianta.
I put him under Luma too.
More.
Because I think that Luma and Piantas are similar. Where there's like they run the gamut. There's some Lumas that have a lot of personality, and there's some that are just T-pose.
Next up,
Funky Kong is S tier. He's the top.
100%.
He's not over Luigi though. Yeah. I put him under Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put him right there. Yeah. Yeah. So we got Luigi Bowser Jr., Funky Kong. What a guy, that Funky Kong. Dixie Kong. She's got personality.
Yeah, I put Dixie
but
Kong.
probably with Diddy.
Yeah, yep. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Nice. Yeah.
I'd put Daisy.
I'd love to see more from her.
I agree. I put Daisy right under over Larry. Because I definitely think she has more personality than Peach.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, you're not wrong.
She's like loud, boisterous, energetic.
I'm Daisy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like a flat character, but or like a simple character.
I was going to say she's not really flat. I think they like, because they started like more later on giving like Peach similar dimensions to like where she would get mad or frustrated and stuff like that in the sports game. But Daisy has like always had that. Like the only game that she's not like expressive in some way, and that's why so many people think she's annoying, is freaking the Mario Land games or whatever. Thwomp.
Makes sense. Thwomp.
I think Thwomps are flat. Like they have personality, but they're just angry.
Yep. I mean, they're kind of like Goombas, I'd say. We're just like, yeah.
Yeah. No, nah. I would put them higher than Goombas. I would put them like top of this tier.
Cool. Yeah,
because Goombas are just like tier. Bad guy, angry, run back and forth, but like Thwomps, like they show pain in their eyes.
Yeah, and they don't want to be disturbed. You know, like they're doing fine, and then you get up close and like, wait.
Yeah, they're like, what the heck?
And then they get off. Get out of here. I don't remember what.
He's from
Womps?
Yeah.
From Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I put him like right under the Spike. Because there's just like a better Thwomp.
Agreed. I was going to say, like, there's just a little bit extra personality there. And maybe it's just the fact that he walks around. I don't know. But yeah, it's the guy from Super Mario 64 that goes and falls over.
Monty Mole.
Monty Mole.
Monty Mole? I put Monty Mole in like the Birdo tier.
Sure. Yeah, maybe a little under Birdo.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, why does he have two arms and why is he... I mean, obviously he has two arms, but like two arms on the same side. I guess that's just an arm and a leg, but it kind of looks like...
I think it's an arm and a leg. He's like jumping out the hole, I think.
Okay. That's better because it kind of looks like he's a neo-Nazi, and I'm not here for that. So, Jesus. But he's not, so we're good.
Nabbit.
All right,
I put Nabbit like somewhere in the second tier.
Yep. Maybe just bottom second tier because I feel like Wendy has more personality.
Yeah.
Than Nabbit personally.
Charge and Chuck. Okay. I put Charge and Chuck with like either Thwomp or the Mario 64 one.
Yep. I'd say Mario 64 one, but that's, barely above at that point. Pom Pom and Boom Boom?
That freaking
I'm pretty sure it's Boom Boom or Mars is typing, so we'll know. Yeah, Boom Boom and Pom Pom. Nice. And yeah, that's earlier when you said Wendy. I was like, but that's Wendy. But no, it was Pom Pom.
Yeah. We could put them with the like up in the with the Koopalings and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That feels good to me.
Yeah.
I'll put them down towards the bottom of that because it's less than those guys. Well, I feel like it's a little more than Monty Mole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not by much. I don't remember who this character is.
I think that's the snow, like it freaking freezes you or something.
Noki from Sunshine. I mean, I see you saying that, but
I put it in T-pose. I don't know.
Totally drawing a blank. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say it's more than Mario's, probably. Enough. I just don't remember.
Oh, freaking EGAD! EGAD goes up on the top tier.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I'd say
I'd put him higher than Cappy.
Yeah,
I put him.
higher than Cappy.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know if he goes higher than Funky Kong or not.
Probably he does.
Put him over Funky Kong. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, it just goes to show that Luigi's Mansion has the most personality of any Mario spin-offs. Because I mean, I'd be tempted to put him over Bowser Jr., but I feel like Bowser Jr.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Proven himself.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with
you
the
know, I
the
think-
general statement, but I think Bowser
Right.
Jr. definitely is more fleshed out than he gets.
Yep, for sure. All right, Cheap Cheeps.
Cheap Cheeps and T-pose.
Yeah, for sure. There we go. It's the Goomba of the Sea.
Yeah.
Bullet Bills, same.
Yep.
The Goombas of the air or something. Yoshi.
Yoshi,
Okay,
I'd
Yoshi's-
put in the second tier.
I'd almost say top tier.
Top tier?
I'm trying to think.
I'd put Yoshi like under Pauline.
I agree. Under Bowser or over Bowser?
Under Bowser.
Yeah.
Cause like Yoshi has personality, but literally just in like Yoshi's Island, pretty much, and in
True,
the sports
yeah.
games. But
Queen Bee from Mario Galaxy.
I guess the second to last tier or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna say with I feel like around Wiggler level.
Yeah.
Feels good. All right. Metal Mario.
T-pose.
The only thing that makes me think not T-pose is like Metal Mario in the context of like Super Mario 64 and Smash.
Oh yeah.
But we're not counting Smash anyway.
I put him
So-
in. I put him in T-pose.
I'd put him in T-pose for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Pink Gold Peach, literally the lowest of T-pose. Like that doesn't even feel like a thing. Okay. King K. Rool.
I put him
there.
in like the top tier, the second to. But
I'd say around Bowser, maybe.
yeah, I put him under. Yeah. I put him under Yoshi. No, I put him over Yoshi. Yeah.
I'm not mad about that. All right. And then a Kremling, I guess.
I put them in a tier below King K. Rool.
Okay. Still higher than. I mean, I guess there's the show as well. I don't have a whole lot of.
They like
familiarity
argue with
Kremling,
each
so I'll
other
take
and stuff. Like
That's
there's
true.
like some kind of interaction there. I put them higher than. I put them like over Birdo.
There you go. Over Birdo. All right, we got just a couple left. 5 more. So we got the Penguins that
I put the Penguins in like head empty, probably.
yeah. The funny thing is like we've made a lot of the Penguin, with the like baby penguin and stuff like that, but it's like in and of itself, they don't
really have personality.
really much going for them.
Now though, these are like cream of the crop characters right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Toad,
Toad, I think, is S tier. Where in S tier, I'm not sure, but I think Toad is S tier.
I think low S tier. I don't know. I'd say less than Cappy.
I
Personally,
don't
for
know
sure.
about that. I was gonna say right above Cappy, Loki.
Oof.
Chat.
So I'm trying to think again.
Break
Like,
the tie, chat.
Toad is higher than Cappy for sure. I mean, sure, that's fine. To me, I'm trying to think. So like, because Captain Toad and all that stuff, but like Toad.
Yeah, but they're
as a
all
thing,
Toads.
I feel like
and Toad is like Toad is like Luigi, but like is also it gets angry and and defensive and stuff. Like Toad runs the gamut, I feel, but in a more
take it,
positive way than like the enemy tier of expressive enemies.
yeah, cool, yeah, works for me. Toadette.
Toadette is like
pretty high,
yeah, like I'd put either bottom and top tier or like high in the second. Yeah.
Yeah,
Under Bowser.
under Bowser. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting it to go exactly where I want it to go is not.
It's
half the
annoying,
time.
yeah.
Okay, Wario.
He's
I
top
mean,
tier.
S for sure.
Yeah.
under Luigi, I want to say.
I might put him. I put him over Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
I put Waluigi over Bowser Jr. too. Spoilers.
Yeah, and that's our last one, Waluigi. Yeah, they're up there. It's baffling to me that we haven't gotten like a Wario Waluigi
like video game.
You know? Yeah, like
True.
something, I made a video about it a million years ago of ideas or whatever, but like whatever it is, I feel like there's just some cool stuff to be done.
Did you do like a Wario and Waluigi idea?
No, it was just Waluigi. Oh, well, there was, within that video, there was...
Low-key, we should do a video that is like just dedicated
This is true.
to that. But yeah, I'm happy with this.
So this is, I agree. I feel like, okay, so what do we do now? Read through them? That feels like too much, but...
we'll post it on our Twitter account
there you
when
go.
this goes live. So
But
follow us on
recap
Twitter.
of the
Why
top
Don't You
tier
Direct?
at least is, top tier is Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Bowser Jr., Egad, Funky Kong, Toad, Cappy, Kamek, Daisy, and Larry. And then we've got some other people in other tiers.
Go to
and
Twitter.
Stuff.
All right. There's that.
There's
Good
that.
times.
Yep. Indeed. But yeah, so I mean, which of these people I'm curious also will get bumped up to S tier from the movie or not, you know?
Yeah, we'll do this again.
Hopefully.
We'll rank the movie characters
Yeah.
and see
There you go.
if they're telling the truth.
That's true.
Sounds good.
There it is. Yeah. So, we can imagine that they'll probably be good at being in movies and stuff, but well, hang on. Do you want to, what do we decide? Are we doing other news or not doing other news?
Where are we at?
Your call.
We could do other news. We could do like
okay.
a story or two.
A story or two. All right, cool. Then I'm
Pick the best story.
making a decision about this one. We'll skip that. We'll end up talking about this at some other time. So I'm skipping that thing, and we're just going to some more kind of normal stuff. Metroid Fusion is on NSO expansion pack now, to where you as a human, or maybe your dogs or cats, or if you have a pet monkey, could play this game.
It's true.
Have you ever played Metroid Fusion?
Yes. I played it on the Wii U.
Oh, that's a story that's going on too. Apparently, Wii U's are getting bricked.
Yeah, true.
So
I have no idea if my Wii U is brick, which is I hate. There's so much hate in me.
Yeah,
But
there now?
this is just another example of people being mad because they were told to be mad. Because this is something we would have known way sooner if people turned the Wii U's on. But because people don't turn their Wii U's on until they're being told that they can't turn their Wii, if they don't turn their Wii U on, their Wii U won't work. They're like, I was maybe going to play that one day. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, honestly, just thinking about the like Wii U eShop and 3DS eShop closures and stuff, just like that those are actually happening. But like, also, who cares? A little bit. I do hope that those games find life elsewhere at some point down the road.
So I feel for that. I feel for like people like Kevin Kenson. Like every time we talk about game preservation, he's the first person that comes to mind. Like I know that there are genuinely people that care about that sort of thing, but I think that there are a lot of bad actors that just like being mad on the internet that use this as one of their topics. And those are the people that I'm more annoyed by with this sort of thing. This issue, I think, is more a situation of like the perils of like physical hardware and media, because people like to pretend that if you can hold it in your hand, you'll have it forever. This is kind of proof that is not true. And it's not the first console in the world to have problems similar to this. It is like a different kind of problem, sure, because it's like a something with the memory or something. But it's still like happen happens. Things break.
I mean, and it's extra reasons why, like, the ideal thing is that whatever companies are providing these things are held to some kind of, like, have their feet to the fire that they have to provide perpetual access to them or whatever, because like that's just the world that we live in now, where like Netflix or whatever, you know, like if they get rid of shows that are syndicated or what, like, you know, owned by other things, whatever, that's, you know, is what it is. Like The Office is gone, Friends is gone, all that. But like it needs to be, to some degree, I guess, or whatever, that like Stranger Things is just always going to be accessible as long as you have Netflix, you know, that kind of a thing. Just because like that's just where we're at now. And if that isn't a standard, then like that's, you know, going to be tough for a lot of things. But yeah, like, I don't know, at this point, just like, no matter what, make backwards compatibility have to be a thing, and that you have access. I don't know, but there's limitations to that, of course, as well. And so it just is what it is. Also, like, there's a lot of games to play, so just play some games.
Yeah, I agree. Although I'm also like equally as fine with things just being a thing that happened. You know, like,
yeah,
I don't need everything to be a forever thing. You know.
I mean, for me personally, especially, yeah, that's like, you know, again, I remember it's at a couple points wondering, like, well, should I buy Paper Mario: The Origami King because I played it on AJ's account and I've played it now, but if I ever want to play it again, blah, 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 and I don't have access to something like, and I was just like, no, like, I played it. I am not going to play that game again. Like, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe in a long, long, long time. And then at that point, sure, I can either play it on your account if that's still something that's available functionally and they didn't change something, or I can buy it. But at that point, I'll just deal with that then. And if at some point it's not accessible anymore, then it's like, I've got
to me, it's like, if it's a game, to me, it's like, if it's a game that like I can like recall as like, and in a relatively recent amount of time, being like, I played this game a lot. This game had great memories. I enjoyed this game a ton. Then that's something I'm going to want to like have to keep for myself. But not every game that I ever play needs to be something that I always have access to, because there's a reason why I stopped playing it, you know? And that's not like 20 years down the line, I'm not going to be like, you know what? Forget all the stuff that I can play right now or do right now. I'm going to go back to the thing that I actively disliked or didn't want to play enough to play in the time when it was relevant. You know, I just think that it's just like it's keeping things for the sake of, if in the world that I do want to partake in it, I like having the option. And I think that like that's fine or whatever, but I don't think that that's like a necessity. You know, like I wouldn't. It would be like that's the reason why I have an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5. If for whatever reason I couldn't buy a PlayStation 5 or whichever one of those two, I'm not going to be up in arms about it, because I only had it as like the most luxury thing of luxuries. You know, It's like the most first world problem in the world to not be able to have every game console. You know, it's like whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, how many things also have like people clamored for years and years and years, and then it comes back and then
nobody touches it. It's like the entire Nintendo Switch Online library.
It's
like sure,
I will be
there are people
see,
that
you know, like,
go for it.
Oh yeah, just like if and when Mother 3 comes to Nintendo Switch Online, you know, which at this point I think is likely enough, because it's just an easy place to put it without much controversy or whatever. But at that point, like, what number of people are actually going to play it? Very few, I think. I mean, you know, people can put the money where their mouth is.
I think I could see Mother 3 having like a, maybe not as big because of the type of game that it is, but I could see it having like a Metroid Prime sort of
sure, yeah,
like zeitgeist boost.
Yeah, but it's just always interesting, that kind of thing. I mean, it feels borderline, not quite because it was in jest for this, but it feels borderline Morbin time, Morbius thing that we talked about just last week. So like about some of these things. So not that people don't actually want, access to the various games and other people to have access, like, I mean, Xeon, for example, for Mother 3 as a specific thing, like not only does he really want Mother 3 for him in a like official capacity, but also as like something that everybody else can play in some way.
Yeah. It's just totally hard to parse through like the amount of genuine people that actually want the thing, because I think that there is, especially in the like freaking echo chamber of video game discourse. There's so many people that like start rallying behind something as like a meme, and then they start to like get fake angry at it, and then they're just mad just to be angry, like so it's like, how many people do in Mother 3? Granted, I do think that there's more genuine people there than something like Waluigi, it does feel like a Metroid Prime situation to me, at least, even as somebody that like, I'm not huge on that genre, but like I have interest in playing Mother 3,
Yeah, for sure. Early on in marriage, Ashley and I, there was a thing where she would get fake mad about something and then become actually mad accidentally, and like it happened a couple of times, and at some point I like caught on to it, and I was like, hey, no, you can't be fake mad, because like you're gonna be really mad. And it was just really funny that I mean, it hasn't happened in almost a decade now, but like that's just I feel like that's the way it is with a lot of things like Waluigi or whatever, where people are just like, they're mad until they're mad,
It's true.
But so all that said, Metroid Fusion's on NSO, and so that's neat. And similarly, if you have the Nintendo Switch expansion pack, you can get Wave 4 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, which includes Birdo. But interestingly, also has 5 more characters that'll be coming across, presumably just the next 2 waves, which have been announced to come. So, I know you want
Diddy Kong
2 characters that use.
Yeah, Diddy Kong, Pauline. I don't need both of them.
Yep.
One or the other.
Okay.
I mean, they could do both if they want to do both, but just one or the other. Preferably Diddy Kong, but one or the other is fine. Who else do we think? The EGAD should do it. They should do EGAD.
Oh, that would be so good. I'm a little bit worried in retrospect that I deleted that I closed my tab of the tier list.
Oh no.
We can pull it. I can pull it from the video. It's gonna be a little rough, but I never zoomed out far enough to see all of it on the video anyway. But oh well. We'll see. I can just recreate.
I was about to say, you could probably just recreate it or something.
Yeah. Maybe I'm. Doesn't matter.
You might be able to like
pull
up the tier list again, and then it'll be like indexed, possibly.
Oh wait,
like just click the link.
This is showing that I seem to still have it somewhere. Whatever, don't worry about it. But nevertheless, so I was pulling up just to see like there's 5 more characters that we'll be getting. So like which ones do I want? I'm just looking at the list of the tier listy thing. And I'm saying, so Diddy Kong for sure, Pauline for sure. I mean, Dixie Kong for similar reasons would be fun. And so that's 3. I'm gonna say King K. Rool, even though I doubt it'll be a completely new character that's never been in
I
here.
think King K. Rool was like in Mario Kart Wii or something.
Was he?
I could be crazy.
Wii, but maybe he was in like DS.
I don't know, or maybe I'm thinking like a Kremling or something, but I thought he was in one of these games.
Could be. I mean, Mars said no, he's never been in Mario Kart. It zoomed in on the screen again.
Oh, you're talking about the Discord stream.
I am. Is that not the same as the recording one?
No.
Oh, well, there you go. Then never mind. And then other ones, somebody, who cares? PD Piranha, maybe King Boo. Those ones were from Double Dash, so I feel like that's pretty likely. Oh, King Boo's already in there. but PD Piranha is not? Question mark. Maybe he is.
I don't know. I haven't played this game.
Yeah, but you might if.
Yeah, at least 3 times. Possibly 3 times.
But you know who has been playing this game?
You.
Me.
Yeah,
We're
I
moving into
have
games
seen
we're
that.
playing.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I saw.
Yeah, Ashley and I played it. Hey, this is the part of the podcast where we're talking about games that we're playing. Here they are. So yeah, we played literally just enough to play the 8 levels that were added a couple hours ago, and they're good. Yeah, honestly, it feels like the DLC, the tracks that they're adding are kind of getting better and better for the most part. Like not all of them are slam dunks on this one, but DK Summit and Waluigi Stadium are returning ones that I was particularly excited about. So that's great. And the new Yoshi's Island one is really, really good. And I like the Singapore one. All the tour ones are like kind of samey in a lot of ways, but so really it's just up to like the set dressings, and like which ones feel fun. And the Singapore ones, like Singapore is known for like roller coasters and amusement parks kinds of stuff, to my understanding. And this has that kind of a thing, and that was fun. So
I didn't even know that there was a Singapore level. That's how disengaged I truly am with Mario Kart. I did know about Birdo though. I knew that.
It's true. So yeah, that's that game. I've got other things I'm playing, but yeah, what about you? What you got?
So I want to make a short about this, but we're doing a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Draft League. Where we freaking rated all the Pokemon in the video game, gave them a number, gave everybody a allotment of points, and told them that they could pick up to 11. And we all got teams and whatnot. There's a lot of people that are involved. We're in like preseason. I might get more people involved depending on who wants to do it. But we're capping it at 16. I think it would be too much if we do more than that. Also, I don't think that there's
enough. How much would it hurt the league
Pokemon
as a whole for somebody to join that would just do badly?
That's up to if they want to do badly. That's a personal thing. I don't think it would hurt the league at all. It just give people a bye week, which I don't think that they would be too upset about. It just elevates the lowest person that would have been there anyway. But yeah, no, we got our teams. My Pokemon. Actually, let me pull up my list of Pokemon because I don't even remember. I have Torkoal. I have Charizard. I have Farigiraf. I have Espeon. I have Altaria. I have what's his name? Darkspun. Annihilate, Quackable, Cyclizar. Who else do I have? I didn't write everybody
you have
on
11
Pokemon
points that you can use?
No,
11
you get
Pokemon,
115 points, I think it was. You have 115 points, the highest tier, so it was weighted by meta relevance. The top points was 18, and there's the lowest is 1. You can only get 3 18 to 14 Pokemon because those are the meta, and we're trying to steer away from it just being a meta ass thing. So my 3 meta Pokemon were Charizard, Torkoal, and Annihilate.
Gotcha.
And we then it was initially I think 8 people. They picked their Pokemon, and then everything else goes into the free agency, which you can in retrospect you could trade your Pokemon for something that's in there because you could better plan versus doing it during the for the initial people that started during the draft where you're just that Pokemon's good and trying to make a plan for your roster on the fly. You can better form your plan, and then also the people that are being added, a streamer friend of mine, Slim. He joined in. He's a Pokemon VGC guy, and he's also part of the Capcom Creator Program.
Nice.
I also hit up Pete from Flip Screen Games. He's also going to be a part of it. And it's like, it's an advantage, but at the same time, obviously they have less picks because we went through the draft and got our picks first. But they're they don't have to, like, they're not timed on their picks, so they just go through whatever's left, and then they make their strategies from there. So I think it would be cool. We just got to figure out exactly how long we want to give everybody, because at first it was supposed to be 3 weeks, but I think 3 weeks is OD for most people to build a full team of Pokemon. So it might be like closer to like 6, I would say. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was building my team. My team is like, it was like already more than halfway done, because like 6 of the Pokemon that I picked were Pokemon that I already trained for one reason or another.
Nice.
So I just been like grinding to get money and freaking other resources. So that's happened. That's the least fun part about it.
As at this point, so because I haven't done any of this stuff in Scarlet and Violet, is getting like, I don't know, mints and like bottle caps and whatever things that you're supposed to use to, like, you know, build.
It varies, and it depends on how you play the game. So like I have literally never ever in a single day of the existence of this game needed to find like specifically go out of my way to get a mint ever. Same thing with the bottle caps.
So how are you getting? Do you buy them?
You can find them. You can buy them. You can buy them. You can find them. You can win them in raids. You can get them from doing competitive. You can get them for beating the like post game tournaments. Like they give them all over the place.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Commercially,
I just haven't done any of the things, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you look through your inventory and you even have. Yeah, exactly. Like they're all over the place.
I've got some for sure. I just haven't done anything with it.
It's kind of like healing items. Like I don't think I've ever like had to buy a healing item, because you just find super potions and full restores and like, you find it all over the place. But there are things that you do have to go out of your way to get. Depending on how you play your game. Like I ran into the thing that I was speculating about before the game came out with the TMs. I'm very annoyed because Protect, you specifically have to kill a lot of scatterbugs. I have no reason to kill scatter. I don't even run into scatterbug, so I had to go out of my way to find 4 scatterbugs, I think it is, so that you can get Protect. It's so stupid and very annoying, especially since like Protect is like the like most popular move in VGC by a light year. It'd be having me tight. It's such a stupid mechanic. I would have rather they required me to kill 400 scatterbugs one time to just always have Protect than to kill 4 scatterbugs every time I need Protect. Because then at least I know, like, okay, you need 400 scatterbugs. While I'm in the area with scatterbugs, let me kill 400 scatterbugs rather than go throughout the game and then be 200 hours in and already had like long left the area where I need to be grinding against level 4 scatterbugs, and then spin the block over there. Like, it's just stupid. It's just friggin' fetch questy and unnecessary. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'm playing that.
Nice. I am also playing that. I mean, maybe in some ways I'm not playing that anymore because I beat it and it's done. And good job. Yeah. So here's some thoughts. It was good. I had a good time with it. The post game was. I had heard good things about the post game. I agree.
It's pretty
the
cool.
Post game was a good little post game.
It's pretty cool.
It was. I think it was done well. That like, I thought. I'm not going to say any spoilers. So here we go.
We could like
the way it was framed.
Let's do that for the Patreon podcast. I don't know if we're doing that today.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could do a spoiler cast on the Patreon podcast.
Yeah. Maybe next week. Yeah, I don't know if today, but
we don't need to do it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we have the rest of the month.
We got time. So, but yeah, I think what was I saying? Something about the game.
You were talking about the.
Oh yeah, no spoilers. So the
yeah.
end game, like, there's 3 different story paths, and it kind of made it seem at one point like you only needed to have finished one of them to do the post game things, and then it like has reasons why you need to have done all of them. And I'd waited to do, like, I was finishing up all of them, and I'd finished the Titans one, which kind of like was the thing story wise seems to kind of like kick off post game stuff. And I was like, I'll just finish up the other ones first too, and the Elite Four and the blah blah, and just like completely finish those before doing it. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I did that because it wanted me to have done that stuff anyway, and it would have been annoying to backtrack and be like, figure that out. So not annoying, but just like
Well, it kind of alludes to it. It kind of alludes to it because I like
gotcha.
I like did the gym stuff first. No, I did the Titan stuff first because the Titan stuff is like it's annoying to not have done the Titan stuff because it makes it harder to traverse the world. So I like beelined mostly to doing the Titan stuff, and then after that I did like the gym stuff because it's just like freaking that's the game, man. That's what they usually do with the game.
The gyms.
So I beat the gyms, and then I like slowly and like relatively did the Team Star stuff. But like they basically, he's like, yo, I need you to recruit people. And then I think he's like Nemo, or I don't even know if he specifically says, no, he might specifically say Nemona's name, and then he's like, and somebody else. I'm not going to say
like a hack. Yeah, it's something. Yeah.
I don't even think he says all that. But yeah, we'll talk about that more later.
Thanks.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Good times.
But in any case, yeah, it's good. I'm glad that it finished up well. This still, like, having finished it now, there's still a lot of things that I really am hoping that the next, whenever the new game happens, I don't really care. Just whenever it happens, I would love them to introduce stuff from Legends Arceus, from this, and new stuff. You know, and
I hope they do new stuff. Way more than that.
I mean, yes,
nuke the battle system. Just do it.
Like, at least I think here's the best way I can put it, or whatever. Like, I really, really like how Jubilife City, right? Town, city, whichever, in Legends Arceus, how like deep that one city felt, and that's a thing that like I feel like this game has obviously all the like VGC types of depth and like, you know, like abilities and like the combat things that are like leading towards that kind of a depth, but just like the depth of the world itself felt like they were trying to go more for breadth than depth, basically. Make a big world and like a lot of things to explore, but there were some things that ended up just being kind of shallow as a result, which I think was fine for this. You can't argue with my opinion because that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I think that the words specifically kind of feel flipped. Like the game, even with having talked to you about it, and now, like if Legends Arceus was deeper, that would be the one that people are still playing. You know, like there's more breadth to the individual like quest lines and stuff, but like what the game does with it doesn't go as far.
Yeah, well, so
just a misnomer
in
thing,
what breadth and depth mean, I think, yeah, we just mean two different things. Because for me, it's like having the side quests and having characters that, like, I think there's obviously main characters that have plenty of personality in this, like, the storyline, and they do a great job with all the main characters in the storyline and the professors and stuff. Like, I think all those are done well, but it feels like that's kind of where the buck stops. You know, it's like. And that's fine. Like I'm not upset about that by any means, but I feel like there's like nobody kinds of characters in Legends Arceus that because they didn't get to, it wasn't as big a world or whatever, they got to focus more on like the guard that works, you know, in Jubilife City.
I mean, I agree. I agree with that. There's more characters in Legends Arceus that they like develop for sure.
Yeah.
I was just more
like,
so
more-
talking about the game.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, I don't know. Just it's interesting things where like both games have depth, but they're in different areas. And so I'm just looking forward to hopefully seeing those kind of come together and then work on the next step past that. Because at this point, I kind of feel like they've figured out those two things separately pretty well for these two games. So now they can mix them together and then come up with other things as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the quick versions of thoughts, but that's that game. It's done. I did it, and I was very happy with my final team at the end. It was the same team as was last week, but Annihilate is just a fun little guy.
He's crying.
Masquerada is neat, etc.
I don't even know what my team was because I didn't really have one. The only constant I had was
for
Crackle.
most of the game. It really wasn't until probably I had three, like one of each thing left, that I was like, I'm just gonna have a team and just finish it up there. And so yeah, and then like all the post game stuff and all that was generally the same team. So there's that. I've got a couple of other random things that I've played, but have you been playing anything else?
I finished the training thing with Quid. He followed me on Twitter, which is neat. Which I think is like unrelated.
Nice.
I mean, it's like related because like he like knows who I am now. So he saw like I like respond. He was like asking about because the Smash tournament's happening this weekend, and he was like asking should he go all PT or should he use Pac-Man, or turns out another option, which I already knew that this like he played this character, but also Steve, which is controversial right now.
Yeah.
But it is legal at this tour. Steve specifically is legal. The tech that they discovered is banned. I don't know how they're going to enforce that, but they're going to try it. Somebody was like, maybe Steve. And then I responded to that and I was like, any means necessary. And I did a salute emoji and then he followed me. And I was like, cool. But yeah, no, the lesson plan thing wrapped up. He gave me like a document of things that to like keep note of and work on, and like just like a forever kind of thing, like go in the training mode, make sure you keep these things fresh, that sort of situation.
Nice.
That was cool. I'm like working on that stuff, playing that video game. We'll see if I do anything with it.
Nice. Did you and Lee ever end up playing Pokken at all?
No, we do want to do that, but his setup is like weird. There's like we haven't even really been playing Smash. I mean, like together. Because he has like lag with his setup now because of his capture card or something.
Right. Yeah.
So we haven't started doing that yet, but I do still want to do that at some point.
There you go. Real quick, some other things that I played. Let's see. I played I downloaded it a bit ago, but I played the demo for Sonic Frontiers. Because it had a demo, and I was like, let's find out what this is like. It's a 15-minute demo, which is really short, especially for like open world game and stuff. But it's 15 minutes of gameplay. So like there's intro cutscenes and blah, blah, blah. And like, but yeah, impression of that was very much like it's trying to be Breath of the Wild for sure, at least for the opening a little bit, but is more tutorial heavy than Breath of the Wild, which is
like having any tutorial at all.
Yeah, like thinking back on Breath of the Wild, I do remember, like you pick up a weapon and it'll be like, ding, here's how to press the button for the weapon, and then it goes away. Yeah, and it's like very
right. And I wouldn't call that a tutorial, like because it doesn't like step by step. Like it's just like here's a description of the thing.
Yep.
And then it goes.
But like in Sonic, there were a lot of points, and I'm sure it stops doing this pretty quick and stuff. But like, you'd like walk up to a thing, and instead of doing that, it would be like take the camera. It would like pause, take the camera, and go. Zoop, this thing over here is this thing. You probably want to do this and that and the other. Zoop, and then you go and do that, and then walk to the next thing. Zoop, this thing. And I'm like, goodness gracious. But yeah, I mean, I could see it be fun for what it's worth. So didn't get to play enough of it to like really get into it, but is what it is. Also downloaded the demo for Bayonetta Origins: Cereza and the Lost Demon. I'm reading it off because
I was about to say I would have never remembered that. I would have called it the weird Bayonetta game.
That's the one. And so, yeah, played a little tiny bit of that. Haven't finished the demo yet, so it's right here. If you're looking at my Switch on the screen, there it is. It feels surprising. Like, I think it's doing a good job at what it's going for, like being a good storybook thing. The story already seems like pretty interesting and compelling, and like the characters, something. So that's neat, but it feels very slow, which seems surprising.
Like gameplay wise, or
gameplay wise, yeah. Like when you walk around, it's like you're kind of sort of barely jogging. And I haven't really gotten into, like, at some point pretty soon you meet your companion character. I'm guessing soon based on just context clues and stuff. And that's, I'm sure, when the game opens up more in terms of like what combat is like and all that. So, but I haven't really done any of that. So was just curious, and I'll finish the demo and then see. But if it's the kind of thing where like it would be a game for me that I'll maybe pick up down the road, it being $60 really is just like,
yeah,
man, like if it were 30, I think it's something that I'd like think about probably just picking up one day maybe and checking out. But
I think with games like that being $60, the IP does a lot of the heavy lifting, and you don't already care about Bayonetta, so like it's not gonna feel like $60 to you, I don't think.
Yeah. For what it's worth, also, I was on the eShop yesterday, just putzing around, looking at stuff, and found a game. And what was it called? I'm gonna find it. In any case, it was just some game that looked like a generic indie game kind of thing. Not that there aren't. They're obviously great indie games, but there are also generic ones. And this is one of those. And it was a $60 game, and I don't understand. Like it, I'm gonna find it. Because that's just baffling to me that anybody would try to put out a $60 game when
isn't there like a $100 game on the eShop or something like that? Like,
I mean, probably. I don't know a specific thing about that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I remember seeing a story about that being like it's the most expensive game or something stupid like that.
I'm looking up most expensive game on eShop. On Nintendo eShop. It was $250.
That might be it.
Maybe. It was Membrane. Does that sound right?
I don't remember what the game was. I just saw a headline about it being expensive.
Weird. Yeah, so I'll find this at some point because I'll just find it while we're talking about other things. So, but yeah, I think that's basically all the games that I've played. I barely started the Minish Cap. I don't know if that's going to be the next one that I started, but like, man, it's what a cute little game, and it's cool, and I think it's neat. That's the end of my thoughts about that one. And I think that's about it for me. So mostly just been trying to plug away at Scarlet, and now the world is open to me, and the next game on the backlog will get tackled. That's right. But for now, let's play Answer That Question with AJ and Parker. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
It's Q&A time.
It's Q&A time. Mike Mick, asked, what's one thing you think everyone should know if they're thinking about starting a YouTube channel?
Make sure that it's something you want to do because you like doing the YouTube side of it. You know, like making videos, talking about whatever it is, you know what the thing is that you want to talk about, and you can see yourself coming up with ideas to talk about that thing for as long as you want to do it. Because you don't want that to be the hindrance, you know, like doing a YouTube channel because you think it can make you a lot of money, or because it seems like it's a fun thing to do, or you like watching YouTube and that's about it. Like that's the whole of it, where it's like, that looks easy. Don't do it for that. Do it because you feel like it is something that you are passionate about and you want to talk about or showcase something that you are also passionate about. I think that's the most important thing, because all the other stuff can come from that. Like learning how to make videos becomes a thing that is like easier to do if you have an end goal for making those videos. And like all the stuff about like gear, like don't care about gear because like those are things that you will answer for yourself. You shouldn't have to ask like what camera should I get, because which camera you should get is dependent on your needs, and you don't have any needs yet, so just use what you have, and then, you know, figure out what you're passionate about. All the other stuff will come from that.
Yeah,
is what
I think. And to kind of tag along to that too, like I have a tendency sometimes to put up I know a lot of people do this, I think, put up roadblocks of some sort, like, well, I can't do this until I have this something, or until blah, 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 whatever. Like, I literally still, the YouTube videos that I make, at least all the on-camera stuff is my iPhone. And like, yes, this is a pretty nice mic, but like you can just use truly whatever, at least to get started, just because it's fun to do it. Right. But like, yeah, don't let it just like try to break down any and all roadblocks you can for really any creative things too. Like even for making music and stuff, for me, like the more, if I can buy something that I have to buy, the goal for me these days isn't that it's the best quality thing necessarily, but it's that it's the most ease of use thing with good enough quality, you know? So that's important, I think. Also,
a less abstract, more actionable thing that I don't think people talk about enough is care about your title and thumbnail. It is more important than the video. I promise you. It is more important than the video. That doesn't mean make a bad video.
For performance, at least, yeah.
No, just period. Because, like, unless people know that they like the thing, it's like having a book cover. Like, people aren't gonna just buy a book if the first thing that they see is just what's on the page in the book. Like, you gotta entice people. And the title and thumbnail is the only way you have to do that before they watch the video. So like, obviously there's like a hierarchy in that, like, there's other parts of the process that are important, but like, you don't even get to the video if your title and thumbnail are not good enough. I know that there's a lot of people that still like think that like the auto-generated thumbnails are good enough, and that is not, it's not true. You know, like, unless your like cinematography is or like animation in the video, or like, you know, there's like really like photogenic moments in it, or whatever, like there's like a lot of like screenshotable moments within the video. Make a really good thumbnail, and make sure that your thumbnail and your title stand out from other things in your niche that are related to whatever the title is, because people are going to click on the thing that they see and they're like, oh, that looks cool, I'm down for that, and then go from there.
Yep. True. Well said. Also, I found the game, by the way. It's called A Fox and His Robot. I'm going to hold my Switch up to the screen because I don't feel like screen sharing or anything.
It's too high. A little lower.
A little lower. Let's look at it. There you go.
Too low.
The game. You can't.
There's a glare now.
The video's on a delay. It's okay, whatever. In any case, it's a game. It's just like a 2D platformer game that is like developed and published by one guy, which, like, good on you, man. But it's $60, and I just don't understand.
I mean, I don't know how much he's selling. He could be selling enough at that price that it's worth it to him.
Maybe. So. I looked on Steam, and nobody's reviewed it yet, which means probably next to nobody has bought it, if anybody at all. And so that's just a little bit baffling to me. But nevertheless, we've got more questions to answer. Megman asked, what food do you like now that you thought you never liked or didn't like as a child?
I don't know. I don't know if I would describe it as, like, there's not a lot of foods that I like actively like now that I didn't think I would like. There's just foods that I don't dislike anymore. Like tomatoes. Yeah. I used to hate tomatoes. But now tomatoes just exist. Like, they're just fine, you know? But I don't think there's anything that like I like hard pivoted on. Like, all the things that I like, I think I pretty much liked growing up. Either that or I just never tried it. like liking sushi is a relatively more recent thing, but that's just because like my mom doesn't like sushi, so like, and my dad doesn't like seafood at all, so I just wasn't exposed to sushi as much. But I think that's different from not liking something and then later liking it.
I would have agreed with all of that until you said fish, and probably that's the only example. Is like
I mean, fish specifically or seafood?
Tried it. Fish specifically. Well, I mean,
like what kind?
But like, I'm not a huge fan of just like. I don't love like crab and lobster.
I'm
kind of
pretty selective. Like I couldn't say that I like seafood across the board, but I think there's a lot of seafood that I do like. Like I like most fish. Really, the only things that I don't like is like shellfish, and if I gotta like take it apart,
get that out of there.
Like if I got and like I mean not even shellfish across the board because I like shrimp.
Oh sure,
but
like oysters, clams, mussels,
oysters, and like crab, I don't like crab, I don't like lobster because I don't like dissecting it, and I'm the same way with like freaking chicken wings. Like I mean I'll eat chicken wings before I eat like crab or lobster, but I would prefer to not because like it's just weird, just feels weird.
Yeah, okay, I get that. For some reason I don't feel that way about chicken wings. I think I remove myself more than I do.
And it's not even not even really like a empathetic question mark kind of thing. It's just weird. Like I'm not like sad. It's just like man, that I'm taking apart an elbow. Like I feel like I'm in science class when I'm eating the food.
Like, yeah. I think some things like that for the front end where like mushrooms, I definitely thought I didn't like them, partly because my dad really doesn't like mushrooms, and I still don't like slimy mushrooms, but like I don't know, in hibachi kind of style, you know, whatever, having mushrooms that are like grilled or whatever within stuff, that's pretty good. I probably wouldn't go out of my way for it, but like it's all right. And there's other things like that. Like beans are a similar way.
That's
like
most
I
of it
avoided them, but fish probably really is the only thing where like I remember being a kid at the grocery store that like the fish section, at least when I was a kid, like smelled awful. Like you could smell it from.
It still does. It still smells terrible.
And so. We like my sister and I would just like plug our noses, like run past it, and I was like, "Fish, the grossest thing ever." But then now, again, like just on the like fish side, you know, like again, similarly not generally seafood, but on the fish side, I quite enjoy most fish, you know. So.
Like another thing that came to mind, which I think also just falls into the thing that I think like I'm just generally fine with it, but I still like wouldn't say that I went from not liking it to liking it, is like guacamole. Like because I don't really like avocados, totally. And so this was like a two-pronged thing kinda, and it was like the space of it was like pretty close in proximity to like when the first exposure I was like, this isn't as bad as I thought it was, and then I had it again and I was like, yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but I'm still not like, it's still not my favorite thing. Is my sister-in-law got me and everybody. She got me and my brother and herself some food from this Mexican restaurant. And mine came with guacamole. And I was like, I'm not gonna like not eat it because she spent money for this. I know it was extra. That's the whole meme, right? And I was like eating it. Even my brother was like, why are you eating that? Ew. It was like, it came with the food. How you gonna make fun of me for eating something that came with the food? Clearly it goes together. It came with it. So that happened. And then like, I don't know, it was like a week or two after that, I went to New York, and me and Youth got Mexican food. And I had guacamole with that too, and it was similar where I was like, I paid for this, I might as well. And I was like, yeah, this is fine, it's all right.
Yeah, it is funny because I think guacamole was the first time I ever had avocados.
I still don't think I like those
at some point,
but that's a texture thing, not a taste thing. Yeah.
Same. It's honestly, it's the fact that it doesn't have as much of a taste as I'd like it to have for how much of a
Yeah.
obnoxious texture
Yes.
it has. You know what I mean? Like, if it's spread onto stuff, like whatever. At that point, it's, you know, if there's other things with it as well, that's, you know, that's okay. It kind of blends into it. But like, I don't want to eat an avocado by itself just because it's just kind of gloopy. You
Yeah.
know? And I don't really borderline on that. But
Feels like
but
somebody
yeah, I
chewed
think-
it for me before I started chewing it. I'm not down
Yeah.
with that.
So yeah, there it is. And the last question RP asked. Okay, I'll ask. Which one of you is going to sneak into Nintendo New York to take Mario's boots? Yeah, Mario's boots are coming to Nintendo New York.
I didn't know that. I had no idea. I don't think either of us would do that for different reasons.
What's your reason?
I don't care about Mario's boots.
And I wouldn't do it because I don't have feet.
That's crazy. I can verify that is not true. I was talking. So we have a Discord for the draft league, and I was talking to Trev and Lee and Rise, and Rise. I mean, I think it was actually Trev. Trev said something about like, oh, like I don't have something about like his physical features, and I was like, well, I can't verify that you're real. The only person in here that I can verify is real is Lee. The other two, like, I have next to no proof that Rise is real because I've never like seen what he looks like, and Trev I've only seen on the computer screen. So it's like I've video called with Trev before, but that could be AI, man. I don't know.
Could be.
With that
Stuff's
said,
crazy these
I've
days.
seen you physically, so I know that you're lying to me.
That's true. I thought I could get away with that. And you guys thought you'd get away with listening to this whole podcast without us giving you the spiel, the housekeeping stuff.
It's true.
But we're doing it
we
now,
did.
all
We
the way at the
did.
end.
We did forget. I gotta remember sooner than that. Like I want to do it like. So we should have did it before we went into the tier list, like because there was like the first topic that was like
yeah,
all
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
went.
yeah,
th-
yeah.
We should have did it then. But anyway, go to patreon.com/watchredirect. Check out all the stuff that you can get there. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/watchredirect or twitch.tv/watchredirect. Give $4.99, or if you have Amazon Prime account, you can link it to your Twitch account, and you get a free Prime sub. You get in exchange for that all the things on their platforms, but also the things that are at the Patreon tiers that are relative to the amount of money that you give across the board. So if you give $8 and half of that is on YouTube and half of that is on Twitch, you get $8 stuff on Patreon, or if half is on Patreon, half of it's on YouTube, you know, all that stuff and whatnot. And you can get merch if you get the $16 or $32 tiers. Those are the ones that I would recommend. Not because they're the most expensive, but because you get like a thing that you have physically. And it's like also in addition to all the like more digital things and the supporting us part. But friggin', you know, do all the podcast stuff too. Rate the podcast, subscribe to the channel, friggin' tell your friends. You know, tell your grandma.
That's true. You should do it.
Even if you watch on YouTube, download it. It's free. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.